Hi guys, how's it going? Caitlin here, and welcome to my kitchen for another week of meal prep. Meal prep is a love yourself later activity, and you're gonna love yourself later when you have 3 meals fully prepped, ready to go, making your week go so smoothly. What is on the menu this week? We have Fajita Rice Bowl, Greek stuffed baked potatoes, and garlic chicken sandwiches. So if that sounds good to you, I want you to go grab your prep list if you don't have it already. You can find a link for the prep list just in the description to this video. So go there, grab that, come back, bring your things, all of the things, and you. I have 3 varying levels of prep depending on your level of motivation. So if you just have a little bit of time or just want to get yourself a little bit ahead, test out the waters a little bit, you can go with level 1. If you want to get the time to table results that you see in the meal plan, you're gonna want to go all the way with me to level 3. So without any further ado, let's get started. Like many times, I'm going to actually start with things that are in level 2, because level 2 is stuff that's going to do itself while I'm doing other things. And that's just efficiency at its finest, folks. That's how we gain back extra time. So a few things that I'm going to start with. I'm going to start by baking some potatoes. If I bake my potatoes in advance, then the day of, I'm just going to heat them up. So that is just a no-brainer, very easy. I'm also going to grill a couple chicken breasts. So just get my pan started there. And I'm going to cook some bacon. So you can cook these things, and I'm going to make some rice. You can do these things in any method that you want to do them. I'm going to start with my potatoes because potatoes take forever. That's why I don't want to do potatoes on the day of, because they take an eternity. If you don't mind that they take an eternity, then that's okay. And I know you can do them in the microwave. You can do them any way you want to do them, really. I like to make mine in the pressure cooker. I just find it simple. I find that they cook pretty well in there. Just show my potatoes some love. If you don't know, you show your potatoes some love by stabbing them with a fork. There's not many things that you show love by stabbing them with a fork. At least I hope not. That is very, very, very frowned upon. Sorry, morbid sense of humor. If you've ever been stabbed by a fork, I'm really, really, really sorry. I'm not making light of your things that have happened in your life. So I'm going to just, the next way that you show them love after stabbing them is just rub them with a little oil. This just all makes sense. Natural progression of things, really. Sorry again. Spent far too many years working in emergency services. It gives you a terrible, terrible morbid sense of humor. I'm really sorry, my friends. But, so now that I have those rubbed all over, if you want to, you can put some salt and pepper on them, whatever. So I just put them in the pressure cooker for 20 minutes. I'm going to moisturize my arms with the extra oil, because that is just extra self-care that you can do for yourself. Let's go. We'll get the bacon started. So I'm going to cook my bacon in the oven. You can cook your bacon any way you want to cook your bacon. You want to microwave it, you can microwave it. If you want to, do something else with it, do something else with it. Me, I like cooking it in the oven on a stone bar pan because it's easy and hands off. You set your oven at like 400, 425, somewhere in that ballpark, whatever you want to put it to. And we just lay the bacon on a bar pan and we cook it. And then you know what? You're not getting spat at by bacon your whole time. You don't have to think about it. It's just doing its thing. Literally the easiest way to cook bacon ever. Also, if you don't have stoneware and you're looking at getting like a stone bar pan, because it's a wonderful one to start with, might I recommend bacon being one of the very first things that you cook on it. The nice thing about stone is that stone develops a natural nonstick. So if you are a hippy-dippy of any sort, if you're into crunchy things and cast iron makes you excited and stuff like that, then stoneware may just be your gig as well. It develops a seasoning over time, and you can kind of boost that seasoning when you first get it by making some fatty things in it. Fatty things like bacon. Yes, I'm giving you a license to make yourself a nice big tray of bacon a number of times. Because I mean, that's just exciting. Who doesn't want to make a nice big tray of bacon? Be like, well, I have to for the sake of my stone. True story. So it can overlap a little bit, that's fine. You don't want it over there in one big chunk, but a little overlapping is okay. Now, if I'm gonna cook bacon, like for the amount of people I'm cooking for, if I'm gonna cook bacon, I'm just gonna cook a tray at a time because I'm just gonna cook the package. If you're cooking for less people or people are less bacon enthusiastic in your household, then you could do half of it, freeze half of it, something like that. Perfect. So I'm just gonna chuck this in the oven. And I'm gonna put my timer to 20 minutes. Also gonna start making my rice. So you know what? Let's make life easy, shall we? I'm doing my rice in the microwave. I just have a microwave cooker, that's what it's there for. Has a little spillover guard on it. So, just gonna throw that in the microwave. Perfect, so pretty much all the things are just getting done at the same time. It's gonna make it really nice and easy for us. Very last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start my chicken grilling. I've had that heating up for a couple minutes now, so hopefully it should be, you know, the nice satisfying sizzle when I throw it on there. Just so that my chicken cooks quicker, I am going to be butterflying it. I use what's called a close and cut to butterfly my chicken. It's spring-loaded on each side so that it makes 2 even sides. Isn't that lovely? Nice and easy. And it just cleans in the dishwasher. It keeps me from hurting myself. Honestly, anything that I can have that keeps me from hurting itself is welcome in my kitchen. I'm clumsy. You may have seen some incidents that I've had on some of my videos. My husband looks at me and he's like, are you actually going to share that video where you dropped a knife on your hand? I'm like, yeah. I don't want to redo the whole thing. Geez, it's hard enough to find time to do prep once, let alone doing it multiple times because, you know, try to cut off a finger or something. Jeez. Satisfying sizzle. Love it. But what I don't love is salmonella, so I'm going to wash my hands real quick. There we go. Only you can prevent food poisoning, my friends. So, let's do this, shall we? Now, we are doing the long-awaited starting for level 1. If you were skipping level 3, sorry. Hopefully you just fast-forwarded, you know, or started doing your thing, and now we're in a race. See if I can catch up. Just kidding. Okay. So I'm going to slice up 1 onion for the fajita bowl. For the fajita bowl, you have options, right? Like you can use any protein that you want to. Chicken is easy. Chicken is quite affordable. However, it is also possible to get chickened out. Chickened out? I don't know. Yeah, I'm going with it. Chickened out. It's quite possible to get chickened out. Which, if you do, go ahead and use steak. Steak is less budget friendly in general, but you know what? Maybe you find like one of those used tonight for 50% off things and it's actually a good price. I mean, we don't mind splurging on beef from time to time, but it's just been kind of wild, the prices on it. Oh, before I put this one away, my my lovely onion, I'm going to throw some garlic in with it. Because might as well have it ready to go for the day of. That's what these are being used for. It's all going in the fajita. It's all going to the same place. We'll chuck it in together. Cloves were kind of small. You can measure garlic with your heart though, right? Like, I feel like garlic, if it's just one of those things that you definitely can just measure with your heart. And my heart said it needed one more teensy tiny little clove. So, there we go. One container, done. So satisfying. Tell me that's not just a satisfying feeling. Okay. On to other things. I'd say bigger and better, but it's actually a really small pepper, so I'm not so sure it's bigger. But just gonna dice up some bell pepper to go in the fajita wraps, or fajita bowls. If you want to, you most definitely could cook your peppers to go in the fajitas instead. But honestly, like that bit of freshness you're gonna get from the pepper, I think you're really gonna like it. So if you haven't tried it before, just go along with me for the ride for this one. Do your pepper raw. If your pepper's small and you want to do two, because heck, why not? Go ahead. Maybe you want to dice up extra and have it available for doing omelets or something this week, you know? That actually sounds good. I'm going for it. It never hurts to have some extra veggies done up. I find if there's more veggies done up, you're more likely to throw them into something like, you know, a salad or something like that. If you have it, the less effort you got to put in at the time, the better you're actually going to eat. So that's why we go for processed foods. We're not going for processed foods because they taste better and we can't make something that's just as good, if not better. Is that we look in the cupboard and we're not seeing food that's easy to make. Our brains really want to just keep things simple for us. But by doing that, they're not always looking out in our own personal best interests, weirdly enough. Okay. One bell pepper diced. How you doing, chicken? I mean, clearly you've seen better days. You're a little cooked. There we go. So next, we're going to make the stuffing for our potatoes. After that brief sugar interlude. So we're going to stuff a whole bunch of stuff in these potatoes. So I'm just going to rough chop some stuff and then I'm going to chop some stuff. So we've got, and I'm going to use a food processor just to really chop all of this. I'm in love with my food processor. If you're not in love with yours, might I invite you to try out mine? It's called the electric piston top, and I kind of adore it. What am I putting in here? Cucumber. And I have cherry tomatoes. Calls for 1 small tomato. So I'm gonna say it's about that many. Like, really just do whatever floats your boat. A friend of mine has a garden and gave me the tomatoes, so I'm not gonna buy a tomato when I have perfectly good, fresh from the garden, cherry tomatoes, just waiting there for me. Everything in this, it is a guide. This is meant to help you to maximize the efficiency in your week. So modify whatever you need to make it your own, okay? There we go. So, we have some chopped up veggies. I'm going to get more veggies ready to chop up. So we're going to use some red onion. I just did those ones first because I didn't really want them like insanely chopped. I just wanted them somewhat chopped. So I only use 1/4 of a red onion. Which, if you want to take this rest of your red onion and chop it up and find something to do with it, you go right ahead. You go wild, my friend. And what else? Oh, olives. I want, let's see. I want some. Oops. There we go. Add some of that flavor. You can add yours too. Chicken's done. There we go. Chicken is ready. Sweet. That's awesome. Okay, what else are we gonna throw in this thing? So we get some olives, some red onion, some tomato. I want some parsley. Like a 1/4 cup-ish. You could use dried if you wanted to. I'd advise treat yourself. Treat yourself, get yourself the nice fresh herbs for this one because it's going to make all the difference. Fresh parsley versus dried parsley, there's no contest. It's an unfair competition. And parsley is pretty hardy. Like, if you don't get it often, like, it stays good for quite a while in your fridge, and you really can mix it in with a lot of things. It always makes dishes look prettier if you have a bit there. For some reason, I always feel like I'm treating myself to something special whenever I buy myself fresh herbs, which is kind of ridiculous when I think of it, because I'm buying myself something that's, you know, healthy and nutritious and good for me, but it feels like a luxury when I do it. Once again, our brains are funny, funny things. What else did I want to put in there? I'm going to put in some salt, pepper. Maybe I'll throw that in now. Some lemon. You do not have to use fresh if you do not want to. I do like fresh better. But if you want to use just a tablespoon of lemon juice, you go right ahead. Maybe you got a jar of it in the fridge. Just putting a timer for my rice before I gotta fluff it. So just gonna throw that all in together. There is also going to be feta going in with this and some sour cream or Greek yogurt as well. But I think it's gonna go better, like, if you mix all that together now, you're not gonna die, you're gonna be okay. But I think it's gonna be better mixing those last few things in there the day of. So the bulk of the work is done here. Everything that's gonna make it difficult is already done. Then the rest is just gravy. Okay, so that's it, guys. We got level 1 done. Level 3 is pretty much done. So let's go on to level 2, shall we? Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna throw together a marinade for the chicken that's going with the Greek stuffed potatoes. Optional, but it's gonna be delicious. So it's gonna be an option that you're gonna regret if you don't do it, and it doesn't take much. It's pretty easy. Also, if you're planning, because you can do these meals any which day you want to do them, if you're planning on doing your Greek potatoes today or tomorrow, you can just throw that in the marinade right now if you want to. If you are not sure when you're doing it, you can wait. Okay. Does not really matter. If it sits in that marinade for like a day or if it sits in there for 15 minutes, either way it's gonna be delicious. You're doing fine. There's no hard or fast rule here. Juice of 1 lemon, but that lemon was really tiny, so we're doing 1.5. Cloves of garlic. Does garlic makes the world go round? Whew, those are some big cloves of garlic. Here, I got another one over here. And gonna throw some oregano in there. Give it the old Greek vibes. And some salt and pepper. You know how salty or peppery you are, and how much salty or pepperiness you need to make up for. So you go right ahead. There you go. So, got my marinade ready there. I regret having a drawer full of lids, just every now and then. There we go, marinade. Actually, I'm gonna throw it in a bag. I'm gonna throw it in a bag because then I can just throw the chicken right in there with it afterwards, and I'm just making things up as I go along. That is the way of it though, folks. And I hope you're doing the exact same thing, just making things up as you go. There, that's gonna save me room in the fridge too. I love me some silicone bags for space saving. Okay. How are you looking, bacon? Bacon is looking like it needs a few more minutes, so we're gonna give it that. Perfection takes time. In the meantime, we can do some garlic aioli, you know? Strike something else off this list of ours that is very quickly disappearing. Okay. So literally we're just gonna throw some mayo and some garlic together with a little lemon juice and call it a day. If you want to get any fancier than that, or you want to use a store-bought garlic sauce or garlic aioli, you go right ahead. Heck, you could use like a Caesar dressing if you felt like it and throw that on there. It's garlicky. It'll be fine. It's gonna make a good enough sandwich. You can really like keep this as simple as you want to keep it. So I'm prepping everything from pretty much scratch. You do not have to. You can take shortcuts. There's nothing wrong with taking shortcuts. You can buy ready cooked bacon. You can get ready cooked chicken. You can do any of those things. There are no awards. We're just all making our way the best we can, you guys. Okay. Go. Some garlic there. And throw some lemon juice in there and then just give it a stir. If there's anything else herby you want to put in there, you certainly can. Maybe you're a pickle fan, you want to put some dill in there. I don't know. Go wild with it, or just go with this. This will be fine. Just gonna throw that in the fridge. Let's see, what else did we have left in level 3? Level 3, all that we have left is slicing up some chicken. So, how much chicken you're slicing up is depending on how much you, or if you're doing chicken fajitas, if you're doing steak fajitas, that's going to make a big difference in how much you're slicing up. We're slicing it up for going with both the potatoes and the fajita bowl right now. So you can choose however big or however fine you decide you want to slice your chicken. You could cube your chicken instead if you wanted to. You can cut it into any shape you feel like. There is no wrong way to do this. I'm gonna fluff that. Rice is all fluffed. My bacon is just about ready to come out. Gonna throw my chicken in one of the containers. There we go. Bacon, bacon, beautiful bacon. Who doesn't love bacon? Okay, and it's ready to go. So, bacon's good. Just gonna get this chicken good. See, it all kind of comes together, right? Like that's just, it really does just save time and effort throughout the week. And you think of these meals, how quick they are to throw together. Like, it's gonna be very little thought involved. It's gonna be just bippity bobbity boo, and then your meal is going to just be ready. Even if you gotta wait for it to, you know, be in the oven for a minute and cook a little bit, like the effort is gone. And when it's less effort to eat at home than it is to eat somewhere else, guess where you're gonna eat? Like that's why meal planning honestly saves people money. The average person or the average household will save somewhere between $100 and $500 a month just by meal planning. That's intense. It's one of the few things that you actually have control over for your savings. There's so many things that you don't actually have control over. You can look at your budget and like you can't really control how much your phone bill is going to be or how much your cable bill is going to be. For the most part, you know that it's going to be there and it is the price that it is. Your food bill is one of the only things that no matter what's going on, you can control that. You can decide to a degree what you're going to spend on food and make choices that are going to save you. release the gas on that. Lid on the chicken. And there we go, guys. We are done. We are prepped. We are good to go. You have 3 meals ready to go in the time that it usually takes to make 1 meal. So awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed the meals this week. I hope this reduces stress this week. And you know what? I'd love to hear what you think of it. Whether it is positive or constructive, let me know. And I hope to see you guys next week. Bye-bye.